Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from me, your host Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda. Off here to 1 versus 1 on Crossing in the Woods. Between the south we got here Nightcloud fighting for King and Country, the Commonwealth, the 11th Armoured Division. Versus the north we got Fredbrik fighting here for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, the 107th Panzer Brigade. And we're looking at elite troops, lightning war and storm doctrine there. Storm doctrine, not storm. With mine, infantry and panzerfaust bulletins there for Fredbrik versus Nightcloud's mobile assault, special weapons and vanguard. With double infantry and a Cromwell bulletin there. Certainly rather meta commanders there from both sides. We've got a double MG42 start there from Fredbrik. That's actually a bit of an interesting start, actually, when you consider it. Most players would just, not go quite that direction. Also looking at delayed building the infantry company as well there. So curious opening now from Fredbrik. Certainly not one I've seen, at least not I recall seeing, at least not in near sort of times put in here. We got a triple section start there for Nightcloud, also spreading out very aggressively across the map. They're using a section as goes Fredbrik with his double machine guns. He'd be a bit more cautious initially. I mean, he could risk handing over one MG42 there to his opponent, which would be what the experts call bad. We've got a section there slowly advancing. He's going to hit straight for the fuel point. In fact, he's hitting for both fuel points. Part of that way, sort of just get an idea which fuel point his opponent heading for, sort of making up a sort of counter strategy to that. But of course, I'll just denying them slowing down, making it harder for Fredbrik to go towards any of the fuel points. It sort of has a double element with these sort of things. Of course, at the same time, it sort of gets caught off bad guard. I mean, could be caught in a pretty bad situation, but at the same time it could have a certain disruptive effect there, which is a bit rare to see from the Brits. In this case, the Pioneer spotter hit the section before setting up there, and of course in this case Nightcloud doesn't know what's happening until it's too late because his men can't see as far as the Pioneers, so that rather works out there for Fredbrik. Then undercover the before 2 moves ahead here, and there he goes, the President, Pioneers rushing ahead. There we go, section run away, but still has the point secured, making it harder there of course for him to grab it. So in that regard, even if he's been pushed away, still going to delay Fredbrik's fuel sort of being secured there, so that's a pretty good start there for Nightcloud. We got a fourth section, so he's going very heavy in the infantries there. Very heavy. I mean, that's 4 infantry sections, that's a lot of manpower invested into it, but of course also a lot of firepower. Also might preclude him from going for the bolster infantry squads, because you definitely don't want that many infantry squads bolstered, because that could easily become a huge manpower drain on you. Generally it's more likely for like 2 or 3 infantry squads you'll consider bolstering them up, so that way they become stronger. But if you have a lot of infantry squads, it's generally much more risky to bolster them, because again you risk heavy manpower bleed if you're not careful. You can see that the Fredbrik is aggressively shifting around his machine guns. That, by the way, is actually a good thing to keep in mind there. A lot of players actually tend just to play very statically with the machine guns, which tends to sort of lessen the impact. Generally, sort of the amount you want to use machine guns much more fluidly and aggressively. That way, quickly setting up sort of rapid zones control, pushing back your opponent that way. And we can overall see here that so far Fredbrik is very aggressive, pushing up that. The other M42 is basically covering each other. That way, he's leapfrogging. Very nice tactic there. Section there dealing with Grenadiers. We've got Sniper nest being occupied with the Grenadiers. And there goes section there. Ooh, suppressed by the MG42. Grenadiers pushing ahead here. Other section moving up. Might try and flank the MG42. We got more Grenadiers moving down there to support the MG42, which by the way in this bad position there for Fredbrik. There we go, putting up into heavy cover. Section moving about here down south. Grenadiers moving to deal with the section here. We've got another section pushing in. Support the other ones. Enforcing up to cover the first one as a good position. And there we go. Section flanking up behind the Grenadiers. A lot of action going on here. Grenadiers have finally pushed back from here. And there goes section taking heavy losses to the Grenadiers as they push closer there in the south. This section under fire from 2 MG42s, but now this MG42 is quite exposed on several elements and will have to fall back. The section rushed off the field though, but there you go. Section around to deal with that MG42. Fredbrik tries to reposition, and that is, I think, a really bad move here again. Oh no, I think that might have misclicked or something. Either way, that section of machine gun is going to be wiped. That is really bad there for Fredbrik. He's by the way going for the triple MG42 kind of double MG42 triple Grenadier built here. MG42 wipe there. That is not handled out well there. Could have been a misclick, could have been a mistake. Who knows what happened there with Fredbrik. Either way, his MG42's got decrewed. The other MG42 can cover the promise if he just gets to it in the first place. He's just millions recruited and just push it. They got Pioneers moving in. MG42 section opening up there. They might have a chance. It's small if we can sort of focus enough firepower, but looks like he won't be able to. Nightcloud makes off there with Fredbrik's MG42. Quite a loss here in the early game for Fredbrik. I mean, he's still in terms of the territorial control ahead in a sense. I mean, he's still pushing tempo, but with the MG42 they're falling into Nightcloud's hands, he could really begin punishing Fredbrik and make it harder for Fredbrik to play aggressively. But again, aggressive MG42 play is a rarity to see, but when you're done effectively, it is quite potent, and certainly I think one of the hallmarks of a good Wehrmacht play. Overall, just fluid machine gun play is just the hallmarks of a good Wehrmacht player, because they don't just stuff in the place and forget about them. They just constantly shift them about. Even on the defensive, a machine gun is much more powerful if you shift it about, because if you shift it about, your opponent is less sure about where it is. And if your opponent doesn't know where it is, he's also going to move a lot more cautiously, and you might also be able to better surprise him. In this case, the needs to pull back the MD42. We got a sniper out here for Nightcloud, and there we go. He could risk losing another MD42 here. Oh dear, that would be a huge loss there for Fredbrik. 2 MD42s lost within a 5-minute span, roughly. But no, he does get away with MD42 just in the nick of time. Grenadiers here being pushed as well. Need to retreat with those. I mean, he's sticking on way too close to where he knows there's a sniper about there. So it's definitely not a good move there by Fredbrik. He's going for a sniper zone to try and counter here. Nightcloud sniper, we got the second wing up pick on this, taking man losses. We have no tech, I think, there for Fredbrik yet. Bit risky there. Hitting the eastern fuel point, even as Fredbrik is pushing ahead. Of course, he's left his flank exposed, hoping basically to just draw his opponent towards that big assault. But Fredbrik, 9. He's really pushing it here. He's being very aggressive, hyper aggressive even, and that again comes with quite a few risks. He's also laying down telemines though, because he's clearly expecting his opponent to try and counterattack him with something here. So in that regard, that's some good foresight there. But Fredbrik again, that's taking advantage of his hyper aggression, so that way, pepper the field with mines, that way make it a bit harder for Nightcloud to rush out something against him. Section there, grabbing the eastern fuel point more or less nicely, but again, loss of the Grenadiers. Replacing the MD42, but still, pretty risky start here for Fredbrik. Pretty risky. I mean, it's nice to see though from a Wehrmacht play, just against this kind of hardball play. But again, as the Wehrmacht, it also involves a lot more risk. I mean, if you can pull it off, you can really just completely throw off your opponent. Again, double machine guns, well handled, can be quite a bit of a hard cookie to crumble. But again, it also requires a lot more execution work, and if it goes wrong, you are really far behind. So it's a sort of high risk, high reward style of play. And he's certainly committed to it. He still hasn't taken up this, and he's also in that regard really banking on Nightcloud not going for any minesweepers at all, because otherwise he's got absolutely no way of dealing with it. Even then, he's only got 1 telemine down. I think he's going to need at least a few more scattered across the map. Grenadiers flanking in here, they're low on health, trying to catch the MD42, but no luck there. Sniper hanging about there. He, of course, is aware that Fredbrik has a sniper out, so he's going to try and catch Fredbrik's sniper. And Fredbrik obviously not quite keen on that, but ultimately he's dug in around the eastern fuel point and harassing behind here as well. Nightcloud certainly no slouch either. Sniper that needs to reposition to know might be caught here by the Germans. There, Garment car arriving. Sniper pushed back. Double MD42s ahead. He's really just focusing on the car point aggressively. Very aggressively again. Fredbrik is just unbelievably just head on there against Nightcloud in a way I rarely see from the Wehrmacht. Sappers on the way there from Nightcloud, and he's going straight for the core point, under fire there from the infiltrate around the base. Again, risky play there from Fredbrik. A mortar really would help him out here, I would say, but incendiary pistons against the armored car. Oh dear, he's actually pushing out the armored car into the incendiary armor piston rounds. Betty 2 on the MD42's Grenadiers being suppressed now, but they need to get away to again, Fredbrik just knows no rest, no mercy. Losing another Grenadier squad. He's losing so many Grenadier squads already. How many has he lost? 2. Alright, I just thought more. And he now is trying to get away with the sniper as well, which is really risky, because again there's a section on the retreat path, and he might just have spotted him there, so he's really just trying to sort of shift about there and avoid it. Heading for the fuel point there. Still no tech up for Fredbrik, by the way. Still no tech up. Sections suppressed there by the MD42, halfway to vet 73 already. I mean, all that damage to the armoured car certainly fed quite a bit of experience. There goes section flanking behind. MD42 carrying the flank of the first MD42-ish. So this is quite the heavy tier 1 there for Fredbrik. He's planning a tier 3 rush then, because so far it's certainly not having the most of light. And there we go, another MD42 wipe. Sniper. Oh, got him, Himmel. Fredbrik is taking staggering casualties here. Staggering. Again, 2 Grenadiers lost. Sniper, 2 MG42s, and he's yet to get a single wipe on Nightcloud. Single wipe.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
And he still hasn't taken up either. And now the armoured car's back in action. Got the MD42 there back, but needs to retreat those one before it gets wiped by the armoured car. Finding around his core form there, Grenadiers low on health. He's not retreating, MD42. What are you doing, Fredbrik? What are you doing?
The bunker is now a field hospital.
Medic bunker up there. Ah. Need to retreat the other info too. Come on, Fredbrik. This is just really hyper-aggressive play, and Fredbrik is clearly struggling with it. Again, high risk, high reward. Right now, he's certainly getting the risk more than the reward here. He's getting the risk a lot more. He's trying maintaining pace here, taking a lot of losses. We got finally take up there for Fredbrik, by the way. Finally, but the problem is, I mean, his opponent could. He's just, you know, so much further ahead in many other ways. He's got now a lot more infantry in the field. He's got one of his MG42s. He's got the armoured car. He's certainly also map control-wise is a bit better off. The Fredbrik has been able to counter-harass a bit there that way, slowing down some of Nightcloud's pace. But holy moly, there we go. It is a tier 3 rush here for Fredbrik, though, of course. He might not have initially started with it, but he's clearly realised he needs to call it kind of situation. He basically needs to push ahead towards tier 3 because right now tier 2 is just too far behind for him as well. So he's just trying to push ahead there for a tier 3 rush, trying to that way he needs to turn a rough start into perhaps a better mid-game against Nightcloud. We'll have to see if this works out though for Fredbrik. I mean, he's got a nice victory point lead here over Nightcloud, but that's really one of his few leads at the moment. He might also get a tech lead somewhat, but yeah. You got mines down there from Nightcloud. You got troops moving their back, so both players mining up. You got minesweepers here. So he's taking no chance there with Fredbrik at this stage. Section there suppressed. Another sniper for Fredbrik. I mean, he did actually get the Nightcloud sniper. They actually missed that, but he did get it. That's about it. So I suppose it hasn't been complete loss here for Fredbrik. But still, very rough. Very rough. Many bumps on the road there towards victory for the fatherland. Endsieg. You know, I keep hearing you talk about Endsieg. Yeah, but when does it all end? You know, when we sieg, when we, you know, win. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Pioneers ring out. We got the sniper there. Sniper number 2 for Fredbrik and the 107th Panzer Brigade. Conveniently with a light machine gun being suppressed here by the MG42. We got another section going up there. We also got a mortar emplacement up here for Nightcloud being set up so we can cover a nasty chunk of the map there. So making it much further difficult for Fredbrik to do much here. Support core there going up. It's going to be taking time for him to get any kind of armour there versus Nightcloud. But again, we can rush out some kind of armour. There might be some hope, some kind of redemption here for Fredbrik. Some chance of, you know, gaining back momentum across the map. But now the mortar emplacement there's definitely going to be getting a bit of a headache there. A lot of sort of there from the British. So how will Fredbrik react to this threat? Noting by the way, Nightcloud is also now taking a hit there for his own company command post. He'll likely be able to get out armor here faster than Fredbrik since he does hold more of the map. Maybe not, we'll have to see there. It's getting a bit closer there now, 23 versus 29. It does have a bit more fuel stored up, so there's a small chance of post there for Fredbrik. Small, but it's still going to be pretty rough there. Bit of pushing to the west, got more mines being laid down here, but in this case spotted. I think it doesn't actually look like he's paying attention right now, so small chance of not seeing it. Section falling a bit out of the house due to the presence of the flamethrower. Light machine gun fire there in the east here. We got section pushed back as well there, but info 2. Sappers trying to flank in. There's some nice flanking there by Nightcloud, but in this case not quite nice enough. Almost got the section there. Arcanady's almost being back in return. 2. Dear. Looks like they get away. He could go for a Stuke here, and that would certainly help him as the armoured camo immediately turns him off better versus any armour, but of course he might be feeling he just wants a Panzer IV as soon as theoretically possible. And that could also work out, would certainly help more versus the infantry, which is certainly something Nightcloud has a lot of. Of course, it would also help Fredbrik, you know, didn't lose to that men left and right. That was his only pioneer squad that basically went up to the great big father in the sky. But there you go, Tellermine finally paying off. Knocking out their Nightcloud's Tellermine. I think one of the section members, there was actually too close and got caught in the blast of the Tellermine. So that Tellermine actually got a lot of value off there for Fredbrik. That's pretty good for him. Replacing pioneers on the way. He certainly seems to be in here for the Panzer IV. Sniper Grenadiers with a flamethrower besides the LMG-42. Burning away at the Tommies. Also, fun fact, generally if you're a flamethrower operator, you shouldn't expect to actually, you know, for the rules of war to apply to you. They're generally quite hated and they sort of they knew there was a flamethrower operator. They'd look for basically burn marks or anything then, and then they just pull the fellow aside and execute him. Generally, the same fate also befell snipers. Again, they were not liked either, and the Americans were quite paranoid about them in Normandy, so they'd shoot anyone they just remotely suspected was a sniper. Grenadiers still wiped. Fredbrik, they're really pushing his luck. He needs to work his unit preservation. I'm guessing it's been a bit off. I haven't seen him play for a bit there, so I'm guessing he might be a bit rusty, and that's explaining some of his loss. I mean, he's still aggressively sort of, playing, and he might also be trying to sort of cover up some of those mistakes, but again, it is very risky then if that is what he's trying to do there. Cover up a bit of his issues there with some high risk play. Maybe that way hoping to catch his opponent off guard, but he's lost a lot of Grenadiers here. A lot of Grenadiers. Sabs Grenadiers. MB14 needs to retreat. And there you go, we got the Panzer IV on the way there for Fredbrik. Nightcloud though can easily go for a Cromwell tank there. Should be able to anyways. Of course now I'm almost the same as a Panzer IV though. So there you go. Fredbrik will be the first one to have a tank out on the field. Of course the difference is Nightcloud's got a lot more support for his tank compared to Fredbrik. Again, Fredbrik is dangerously low in infantry. Dangerously low.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of
Shooting from mines then, not a bad idea. Need to retreat the pioneers, and there you go. Panzer IV riding for Fredbrik, the fatherland. He's using relief infantry that way, cover up some of his infantry losses. We've got lightning warp versus mobile assault. No commanders yet from Nightcloud, but relief infantry I think could help again Fredbrik with some of his again primary issues with his unit preservation. That way supplying him some cheap infantry, of course. They will struggle to support the tank, and that's a bit the issue with Ostrom. They're sort of good for taking ground, holding it, but not a lot of fighting, particularly not offensive fighting, which means they're sort of limited in how much they can support, let's say, a tank. There goes section 1 off here by the Panzer IV. And he's moving ahead here. And there you go, Cromwell tank out for Nightcloud. Need to cover the Panzer IV though. Fredbrik, foresight. It's a Panzer IV, not a Tiger tank. And there you go, Cromwell's landing so hits and hit on the Panzer IV. Both they're bounce against each other. Grenadiers wiped. Ostrom replaced them, but he's down to just one Grenadier squad. But again, the Ostrom need to pull back the Panzer IV here. Almost hitting a mine there. Shots keep bouncing or missing there. M14 was supporting for the Grenadiers flanking up behind. We got flamethrowers then, the sappers. Cromwell down to half health. Panzer IV almost knocked out. Need to get that one fixed up. Schnell. Oh, we got some Ostrom out here to support the 107th Panzer Brigade. In the west here, Ponting scored as well. Panzer IV there's neat in desperate repairs. And we got the Cromwell there firing away there. MD4 needs to retreat. Then he's moving up there, sniper fire, and we got a second Ostrom squad out there for Fredbrik. Can he sort of get a third one out there? Grenadiers need to retreat as well. Very close there, very close. Sniper there with 9 kills, Veteran 2-1. Panzer IV being fixed up there for the fatherland. We still got that mortar emplacement being quite the nuisance there for Fredbrik. Looks like he will not be able to get the third one there. Out. He's close, but not quite there in time. No, he did just right on the clock, right as the timer ran out there, just before he got just enough kills to get a third Ostrom squad there out. So he's suddenly managed to buzz his line with some cheaper infantry, but again, not necessarily the most combat effective infantry. But again, to help him just harass, take ground, just hold it. So that should help a bit there for Fredbrik. That should help a bit at least somewhat. Also, they're a lot harder to get wiped somewhat. So that should also, I think, benefit Fredbrik a bit there. But he's certainly, again, playing some very high-risk play. And again, I can't help but feel this might be because he's feeling rusty. And thus he's playing this way to just minimise some of his poor play. But just, again, just trying to go all out. Which certainly is a bit of weird logic. But to an extent, I can see it. I mean, if it sort of keeps his opponent more reacting, there's less room for him to maybe sort of put some really clever moves on Fredbrik. Maybe, I don't know. Sniper there close. MB42 needs to get the Panzer IV back in action there. Touch the healing reinforcing. Nightcloud overall got still the fuel lead here over Fredbrik, and the 107th Panzer Brigade, 11th Armament, keeps pushing. And there you go, Panzer IV flanks the Cromwell, which is now Veteran 1 already. Pioneers push back from the west. Sections here on the east. Nightcloud's almost got the entire map here versus Fredbrik. Ostrom moving ahead. We got Snyder firing way close to Veteran 2. Panther 4 moving towards the east here, looking for that section hiding about here. Pioneer's going to do moving in. Looks like he's using the Ostrom practically as bait here. Drawing fire while the rest of the action if he does the firing there. We got 6 Panther going out here to help counter Fredbrik's Panzer 4. Of course, needs to be careful about that. And needs to get the infantry away from there before the mortar silences. There you go. Veteran 1 for the Panther 4. Cromwell down to half health. Veteran 2 on the Cromwell there. Really pushing his light there with his Panther 4. Maybe here versus Nightcloud. And there you go. Panther 4 knocked out by the 6 Panther gun. Oh dear. And there you go. Completely annihilated. Need to retreat the M4 troop, but might be too late here. There you go. Mortar rounds ripe. Several caches there for Fredbrik. Catching here the section with Grenadiers and the Pioneers with the Flammenwerfer. If they could only hit the Panzers are going to hit on the other side of the bloody track. But to lose another MG42 there to Nightcloud, that is not good for Fredbrik. That is not good. Another Cromwell away there for Nightcloud. Fredbrik here, I think he's going to have to go for Stug. I mean, he can't afford to try and, you know, aim for another Panther 4. He's going to need the Sturmgeschütz. He wiped it. Looks like Nightcloud there made a mistake and just got sniped there by Fredbrik's now rather veteran sniper. And he's active teched sideways here for the Pack 40. So he's bringing up some Panzer Abwehr Kanonik, with an also consider maybe bring up some Panzer Grenadier. As for Nightcloud, he's got a ton of munitions, just not utilising them. Not a lot of mines, no weapon racks, or you know, advanced cover combat. That could also be an idea. I think Fredbrik also needs to be less focused about the centres. I think committing too much, they should try and impress more maybe the east or the west. At least that's farthest away from the mortar emplacement. Rather going to try and make an assault that once he gets out some fresh armour on the mortar emplacement, and that way maybe trying to silence it, if I mean just briefly. We'll have to see what happens then before he needs to get away there. He's recruiting the other one, I imagine, here, using some rather cheap Ostrom, obviously. And he also being against by the Cromwell, number 2, opening up with Crackshot machine gun and the main gun of the Cromwell tank. They're being pushed back. They almost got the sappers though, almost. Got the Pioneers bringing in there. He's really intent on getting out on the sappers there. And there you go. Flamethrower drop secures the Pioneers. Cornelius there. Got wiped as well. Fredbrik suffering staggering infantry casualties. Really heavy losses here for the 110th of the Panzer Brigade. Even as it lunges itself fanatically at Nightcloud and the 11th Armoured Division. Pioneers are up against the Cromwell tank, which fires back. Back here we got more sappers out. He's actually bolted the section, so he actually did go ahead and do it again. Bit risky for my taste. I think you're better off just going for weapon racks, to be honest. Instead he has gone fully in there. So again, in some ways it just makes the troops stronger, but again you could achieve the same with the Bren guns. But again, it just puts more manpower pressure on him. And that could be something that Fredbrik could potentially exploit here versus Nightcloud. Potentially. We'll have to see though. He's certainly still a lot on the back foot there. Setting up for Tiger right now, if you'd say, is not advisable. Stug, I think, is the best choice. The much best choice there. Section Cromwell on the west. We got the Cromwell up here. Veteran 2 closing on Veteran feet ever so slowly. And there you go. Pack 40 down to good hit there through the frontal armor of the Cromwell tank. Is he going for another Panther 4 there? Not really what I'd recommend either. I mean, there's 2 Cromwells out there plus a 6-pounder gun. There we go. He goes for the Stug. He goes for the Sturmgeschütz. Fun fact, they're doing the fighting in Arnhem Operation Market Garden specifically, so not quite there around Arnhem, but sort of on the way towards it. There's a heavy tank destroyer battalion, sort of, which would usually mean Yak Panthers, but which actually had several, I think there was companies just worth of Stug Gs instead, because they could get his full allotment of Yak Panthers. And I think there was only like 1 company of Yak Panthers, and the rest were basically just Stug Gs. Little fun fact there. And before 2 wipe, he's almost got the Stug ready there, the Stug 3G. 107th Panther Brigade, but I was supposed to be only equipped with Panthers and Yak Panzers. as it was one of the early series Panzer brigades, which were basically supposed to be equipped with that. Stu ready here for the fatherland. Where is it? There you go. Stu 3G. Pride of the fatherland. But you can see here, Fredbrik has a lot of pressure here from Nightcloud. He's just wiped the MG42 there. Big loss for Fredbrik. Well, another big loss. I mean, he's had so many losses. I mean, good lord. And Telemann was laid down there, knocking out the Cromwell. Good job there with Fredbrik. As they say, mines win wars. So far, Fredbrik's Telemann are now taking out 2 threats for him. The early armoured car and now a Cromwell. And that was his veteran Cromwell. There's a Nightcloud. Certainly not going to be happy about that one. Stu needs to pull away before he gets knocked out. That would be a huge loss there for Fredbrik. He's were to lose his Stu G. But a massive loss. He suffered plenty of big loss and not really seems perturbed by it. So now they're closing in at 2-3. We got Osterman securing points in the east and the westwards. We got the Pioneer Squad moving up there. Fredbrik intent on trying to out harass his opponent there. So now they're super close to Veteran 3. Now the Cromwell there for Nightcloud. Noting, by the way, he's not really used much of the doctor except the vehicle crew repairs and the flamethrowers. There's been no advanced cover combat, despite again having like 4 infantry squads which benefit from it massively. No commandos and certainly no land matches. And there you go, another bit of the vehicle crew repairs. So doesn't really feel like the best one. And compared to though, I mean, he's made use of the G43s and the relief infantry. So far, no tactical movement there for Fredbrik. So, I mean, they've roughly sort of used the docks in the same in a sense. Almost got the western one. Almost got the eastern field as well there. So, in that regard, he's sort of cutting off the field access for Nightcloud. His Stu Bauer is good to go again for the fatherland here. Could add a Pendleman machine gun there for a bit of extra damage. Eastern field point almost secured. Western one there as well. Still going to fire there from the 6-pounder gun. Cromwell section moving eastwards there. Could be a bit of problem there for Fredbrik. In particular due to the lack of any sort of proper infantry. He should really hold back the infantry. I mean, he still could rush in here, but it would be a bit on his own there, to put it mildly. We actually got a second anti-tank gun out here for Fredbrik. Second Panzer up there can only field sick. We got the second Cromwell moving out here for Nightcloud, and we got relief infantry again here, trying to once more flesh out his ranks there a bit. Versus Nightcloud and his Verdammt and Tommies. There you go, Pack 42 going after Cromwell, landing some good hits there. Stu now veterans you won. Target equal available because it doesn't have nations. Ooh, he's going to get the Cromwell there. Nightcloud isn't paying attention. He is not paying attention. There you go. The Cromwell is left a burning hulk. Steaming burning hulk there, however briefly. In the Stu gets now very close to it T2. That's pretty good there for Fredbrik. Relief infantry continues to feed him infantry, though of course he might risk losing more squads here, which would certainly negate some of that. Cromwell taking hits from several anti-tank guns, and the Stu most likely as well. Need to be careful about that. There we go. Second Cromwell knocked out to the pack, and Stu Cromwell is quickly leaving Nightcloud without most of his armor there. I mean, he's lost a lot of Cromwells all of a sudden. So it looks like this could be a Beaver threat that sort of really begins, winning the fight here, maybe. Although he's really low on victory points now. That was just basically by completely wrecking Nightcloud's armor, because Nightcloud isn't handling his tanks very well. He's not very quick in getting out of there, out of a troublesome situation. He's not supporting them very well either, and that does give Fredbrik a chance to quickly catch one of them and then just destroy them with overwhelming firepower in a matter of seconds before the Nightcloud can actually get it out of there.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
More MG42s, even as he keeps losing MG42s by the way to Nightcloud. How many MG42s actually made now? Four MG42s. He's lost quite a few there repeatedly. Plus, of course, he's lost 5 Grenadier squads, 2 Ostrom squads. I mean, he's taking some severe casualties in this battle. Besides going in for the mortar emplacement, there's Pack 40.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
Stuke still could benefit from having some machine guns added to it, I think. A desperate fight here between the Ostrom and the Savs, where the Ostrom do prevail there in service of the final. And there goes one down the street as well to try and knock out and finish off Nightcloud's mortar emplacement. Will Nightcloud realise what's going on before it's too late, or will he be able to then knock it out in a matter of seconds? There we go, we've got the Stuke with shoots and added. And there we go, the mortar emplacement is gone. Got the crumbling ahead here, Ostrom under fire, losses inflicted. Stuke there trying to get away before the anti-tank guns catch up with it. Fast right there from Fredbrik. And a Sturmgeschütz.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
Got the Ostrom there being bombarded here by the MD-42 and the Cromwell tank. They will not be able to maintain the position for much longer. Sniper there 23, 33 kills. Got the imports coming as well. We've got the Stuke there still moving about here a bit. And an MD-42 moving up through the centre. Crom there continues to press in the west. There's not really much entertainment. Obviously, they've got a Pack 40 moving up to try and deal with the Cromwell. But by that point, the Cromwell is already pulling back. He's a bit of a hit and run there from him. Stuke opening up in the infantry, actually. They really would benefit from machine gun for that purpose. And there goes 6-pound gun opens up, penetrating the Stuke's armour. Now the hit there needs to get the Stuke further out and then get repaired. 66 versus 241 victory points here. Nightcloud, interesting to note this by again, not upgraded for any weapon max. He's got 600 munitions. He could again pop, I think, Bren guns in every section and then use advanced covered combat easily. Yeah, he's not doing it. Must be any attempt for say moving up high up the tech tree, you know. These still upgrade trees here. By, you know, going for say Cromwells, not Cromwells, but Comets or say Churchill tanks. I mean, those could also benefit, you know, Fredbrik nicely, but there's just nothing happening there. Nothing happening there. That's pretty much a one-sided engagement there. That is not going to be won there by Fredbrik's Ostrom. They're pretty much dead. He needs to retreat them, but his unit preservation is still not very much on point, and they're going to get wiped, I think. Annihilated, cut down in service of the fatherland. Screw being fixed up again. For those added shoots and originally added to try and, you know, deal with anti-tank rifles, by the way. They're not there to actually help much versus tank shots, even bazookas or anything like that. In fact, they came before that, you know, bazookas anyways. The shoots and the primary purpose of actually, you know, trying, you know, protect the sidearm, the weaker elements there from anti-tank rifle shots, which what they did quite well. So a little fun fact there, a little fun fact. Troops suppressed. S-Mine's down here, he's still bleeding up quite aggressively. 53 versus 226. Ostrom being suppressed, but then for 2 then, before 2 holding back the south from flanking though. Supporting, got the Crom moving up here. Stuke is ready to go. Pack 40 holding up in the entrenchment, and there you go. Crom pushed back, got a 6-pound gun moving up support here. Fredbrik here, I think is setting up for the Tiger tank now, a Tiger, and there you go. Called in some heavy armor there to work with the Stuke and break through Nightcloud's lines. Once and for all, finish this for the fatherland. You know what? I didn't always used to be a Tiger driver. What were you before that? I was a Panzer IV driver. Yeah, nothing dramatic. I was a pretty good one though. Shut up. There you go, Tiger moving ahead there. 6-pounder gun there, close being wiped out. Pack 40 supporting as well here. There we go, annihilated. The anti-tanker cruise down to 49 points. Still looking pretty grim here in the west. They're defending the point, no matter the cost. And he's pushing ahead. We've got a section they're defending as well, preventing Ostrom from doing anything. Section pushed back there. Stuke and Tiger there, supported by the Pack 40. A bit too much there for the section. He needs to get support over towards the western area there to basically get that back. Another unit down there in service of the fatherland. Fredbrik continues to bleed out like a stuck pig. There you go. Got the 6-pounder gun there with the Stuke. And there you go, troops being slowly pushed back here from the western victory. Please get the Tiger over there, got the Stuka Marine. I think he's going to try and see catch that retreating Cromwell and knock it out. We got self-repair, but he might just be able to get a hit there with the Stuka before it sort of gets to a good condition. Oh, taking a hit to the 6-pounder gun. Tiger moving in there, blasting its way through the Nightcloud's western lines. And we got another unit moving up, this time the Pioneers. S-Mod still about there. Stu rolling back, and looks like something got wiped there with the Tiger. There we go, the machine gun has been annihilated. Sappers are wiped as well. Nightcloud beginning to suffer a bit here in the face of Fredbrik. Just a bit. Pioneers, they're dying out. More Ostrom out here for Fredbrik. And 1 and 7th Panzer Brigade also being able to call the MD-42 back for the fatherland. And there you go, with this GG, Nightcloud spirit is broken in face of the fatherland's most stout defenders. A victory for Fredbrik. Overall, an example of very, very aggressive armor playing again, what it can do for you, but also the dangers of it. I mean, he won for in part again, just be able to keep up the aggressive momentum to an extent. There's some really good harassment, outplayed slowly. Nightcloud also some really good handling the Stuka in part because Nightcloud didn't know how to handle his armor very well. In particular, if you're not very good at handling medium tanks, you're generally better off trying to handle at least the bigger ones. There's the Cromwell, the Churchill, the Comets, and the Churchills. You're probably better off just trying to spam out Comets versus Fredbrik. Cromwells. God damn it. Better than spamming out Cromwells versus Fredbrik. He would have been better aiming for Comets or Churchills. There we go. God damn it. That's just shameful there for me. But again, he ended up doing that instead, and just basically I think gave Fredbrik a really good opening again, and then back into the game versus Nightcloud. But overall again, good sort of opening there from the Wehrmacht to an extent, but again highlights what happens if your unit preservation is not on absolute point there. Again, I think he might be a bit rusty there. But otherwise, just some good maneuvering, good use of the MD-42. Certainly something I think for Wehrmacht players to take point off. Just again, try to keep them better alive than Fredbrik did this match. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, want to subscribe, tell a friend, share it with everyone. If not, send in a reply and provide some feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Dancing Cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you tomorrow for another stunning episode. Bye.